Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I am going to be going over my entire binder collection to start off the year 2026. I hope that all of you had an amazing time with your family or friends this holiday season. I'm going to keep this intro short because I actually do have quite a lot of binders to go through. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the first binders, which are going to be my A5 binders. And then I'm going to make my way to my bigger binders, which are the A4 binders. Starting off with the first binder, I'm also going to briefly mention the binders that I use because I think this is the perfect video to do that. I always get asked questions what type of binders I recommend for collections and stuff. I recommend all of the binders that are in this video, so whichever binder you think works for you the best, definitely go ahead with that one. So this one, starting off, is the B on D binder, and this is my Twice Solos collection. So the way that I have this binder organized is based on chronological order, and if they have a comeback, I'll just add it behind their section. So starting off, I have Nayeon, in which I do have her section completed. I am still missing a couple of photocards for ABC era, but it's not anything that is like super high priority because I can always go back and find it. And next, we're going to move on to Jihyo, in which I do have almost her album complete. I am just missing the O versions, and I am thinking of getting another album for her. I just have to see which one has like a more probability to have the O photo cards, because I am in need to make a binder cover for her. One thing that I do with a lot of my collections is I like to have covers from the album pages if I have extra albums, so you're going to see that a lot throughout my binders. And then I have my Tui section, in which there's not a lot of progress here because I literally only bought 2 of her albums. The rest of the versions are actually sitting in my Korean address because I was too late to get those. I just recently did get a digipack though, so I know I have 1 photocard, so I just need to buy the other 2 photocards that I need. And then for Chaeyoung, I actually have not even set up my binder for her, so there's not really anything to go over. So that is it for the first binder. So for the second one, I have my miscellaneous binder, and starting off, I have my Chungha photocards. So I didn't really go into collecting all of her photocards. She does have more photocards. These are just my album pools that I decided to keep and put them in their own section in a binder. And lastly, in this binder, I have my Everglow Mia collection, which is going to be at its cap because she did leave Everglow and she also decided to just leave the idol industry, which I respect her decision. I am going to miss her, but I just hope that she is living her best life, and I hope that 2026 brings nothing but joy and happiness to her. So for Mia, I decided to collect all of her album photo cards. There are still a couple of photo cards that I am missing, but I can always go back and look for them. I think my priority this month actually is to get the missing photo cards before they go like out of print or out of stock. Honestly, Everglow albums have already been out of print, some of them, specifically now that the members have left their previous entertainment company. What is in the market is in the market. There's not going to be any more produced, so I want to get those photo cards. And then this is just covers, binder covers that I have. So that is it for the miscellaneous binder. Now we're going to move on to the next binder. So for the next binder, I have my sserafim collection, in which my bias is Chaewon. So I do collect all of her photo cards. There are a couple of photo cards that I am missing, but majority of them I just haven't sorted them. I'm gonna be honest, because I have not bought any binder pages for this binder. This binder is actually from Meow Cafe. It is their A5 wide, extra wide binder, and the pages are the 6 pocket pages. This one I believe is the slim fit pocket pages because the biggest photo card sleeve is 61 by 91. I really do need to work some progress on some of my collections. I kind of stopped on the crazy era. I obviously have no progress in it. I think that's going to be one of my priorities, is to start off with the missing and backtrack and then work my way up to the newer eras. And you'll see that I kind of stopped setting up here. So yeah, I am in need of more pocket pages to continue this binder. It kind of looks like I need a new binder, so this might actually end up being upgraded. On to the next binder. So the next binder is actually my IVE collection. This is their A5 binder. This is the one that comes with a strap on it so you can keep the binder closed. So for IVE, I do collect two members, which are Gal and Wonyoung. They are both of my biases, so I do go and collect all of their photo cards, specifically just the album photo cards. I was actually doing pretty well at the beginning when I started this collection. I was doing ridiculously good that I decided to actually tackle OT6 for the digipacks, and then I kind of took like a semi break or something because I decided to join a group order to get my photo card pools instead of having to trade. And then that GOM has gone MIA. They did pass the group order to somebody else, so I do know that there is hope that I will get my photo cards, but I am not guaranteed if I am going to get Gal or Wonyoung's album photo cards. And this all happened during the Switch era, so you will see that there is really not much progress in this era. Literally the only thing that I have is the photo card that I pulled myself, and that is it. And then here I have like some pre-order benefits from the Switch era. I think these are digipack photo cards as well. Here I still continue to do OT6, but I kind of already stopped doing OT6. I don't have anything for this album except the Wonyoung photo card that I pulled. So that is it for IVE, and now I'm going to move on to the next binder. Okay, so this is my iilit binder. Once again, this is an A5 binder, and this one is the strap version. So for iilit, my bias is actually Mocha, so I do want to collect all of her photo cards. I'm doing pretty well. iilit is actually one of the groups that I decided to collect in 2025. Most of the other groups that I have shown you guys, I have already been collecting them. I didn't specifically start collecting iilit until the I'll Like You era. That was the first ever comeback that I did with them and the first ever album, and when I decided to actually take collecting for them seriously. So I've been doing pretty well in keeping up with the photo cards and stuff. There's not a lot of photo cards that I'm actually missing for their previous eras. And then for the Not Cute Anymore album, for the Bomb album, I actually haven't sorted my photo cards yet, so that's why there's some empty spaces and empty pages. But that is it for iilit. And now we're going to move on to the last A5 binder. Which is my plave collection. So for plave, my bias is Bambi, and I do go into collecting just his regular album photo cards. I'm not going to go into collecting any of his pre-order benefits and stuff like that. So this is a small collection. I know they recently just had an album and a comeback, but I actually have yet to buy that. I don't have anything set up for them at all, and that's kind of just it. I'm not really missing a lot of photo cards. Some of the empty spaces that I have is because like I think I'm just gonna put a pre-order benefit just to fill up the 4-pocket page. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the A5 binders. So now I'm gonna move on to my bigger binders, which are the A4 binders. Starting off with the first binder, I have my Yeonjun binder. So for Yeonjun, I do collect almost all of his album photo cards because he is my bias and he did have his solo debut and his solo comeback as well. I decided to start off the page with his solos and then it goes down to the TXT comebacks. So this is my page for Gum. Like I said, empty spaces, I'm gonna end up filling those with pre-order benefits. And then this is my no labels, which is obviously not set up yet because I haven't sorted these photo cards. I actually have not even received my albums. I had them sitting in my Korean addresses. I had to use 2 Korean addresses. One of them has the entire set of the albums, and then the other one, they were like offline or online events to get the pre-order benefits, so that's why I had to use 2 different ones. There was a problem with one of the pre-order benefits, ended up being so creased that it was like unacceptable for my proxy to send that to me. They got in contact with the company who actually hosted the event to get a replacement for that pre-order benefit, but it's now been shipped, so it should arrive to me sometime in like a week or 2. And then here I just have his album photo cards. One thing that I like to do with TXT is I like to maintain it in a 9-pocket page, and I like to have that 9-pocket page fully completed. So you'll see that I do have quite a bit of photo cards for the other members as well, not just Yeonjun. And this is where we are right now because I have yet to sort or looked for these photo cards yet. Here, I just have like bigger album photo cards. I do want to go into collecting his birthday things. So I have the second one, and then you can see I have the first one, or I think that one's the first one and then this one's the second one. And then here's just some miscellaneous like DVD photo cards that I have of him. And we have the light stick photo cards. These were like a wallet photo cards that Weverse did. And these were like the New Year postcards, I want to say for 2021. 2 pages are just miscellaneous things. But that is it for my TXT binder. So now we're going to move on to the next A4 binder. Okay, so this is actually part 1 of this binder because this is my STAYC Xian collection. For Xian, she is the only idol that I am a completionist for. And basically what a completionist is you collect everything with her face on it. But I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I did stumble into a little slump. And so I kind of disregarded this collection for a couple of weeks. I haven't really done much progress in any of her recent eras. So this is all of her older eras. I did collect all of the pre-order benefits for them. I also tried to collect all of the winner benefit exclusive photo cards. So this binder is pretty much done. There's not really anything I need to add specifically in this binder. If there's any changes that I need to do, it is all in the second binder. So you'll see that everything, I have it organized based on her outfit. That is the layout that I wanted to do, and I think it looks pretty nice like that. Oh, actually there is 2 photo cards that I'm still missing. I thought I was done with this binder, but it looks like I have 2, so I'm gonna work on those. Oh, there's another one right there. Actually, I think I have this one. Or maybe I don't. I'm thinking about the wrong one. Oh, there's more photo cards. That's 5 in total. 6. Oh, there's 7. And that's basically it for this binder. So this is all from debut era all the way to teen fresh. So the next binder starts off with metamorphic era. So yeah, I am not missing that much. 6 photo cards for this entire binder is not that bad. And they're photo cards that I can always go back and look for, because even though pre-order benefits are limited and stuff, there's only certain limited ones where like it's super rare to find, but then most of them, like average pops that I had in here, I'm able to find them. I just probably won't be able to find them at, I want to say, a decent price, because a lot of the pre-order benefits that I'm missing are kind of like sought out pre-order benefits. So I guess that's why I'm still missing some of them. So now we're going to move on to the part 2 of my Xian collection. Okay, so this is part 2, and honestly this binder is going to end up splitting again. So I'm going to end up having 3 binders for her, which is a first for any of my groups. So this is Metamorphic Era. I think I have this one complete, if not for like the winner benefit photo cards. So yeah, I'm just missing 2 photo cards, and then we have the GPT era photo cards. This one I'm just missing 1 photo card, but it's technically not GPT era. It just happened during the era, so I decided to include it in this page, but it's genuinely not for the era. And these empty spaces are fillers. I just haven't added them. And then I have nothing for S era because my goms, specifically one of the gums that I had a problem with, is just not being helpful at all, and kind of just threw the entire group order to one single person, which was their co-gom. There is some movement. We're getting updates. I just don't know when I'm going to get my photo cards. I think the only photo card I have is the one that I bought myself off Poke Market, and that is it. And photo cards that I bought off Korean Twitter as well. Then we move on to like miscellaneous OT6 sets that I have here. And just other member photo cards, which I think this section is going to end up being removed because I really have no need for the other member photo cards. So I think I'm going to like end up selling or trading for photo cards that I need. So that is it for the standard Korean albums. Then we move on to their Japan photo cards, in which this is the Poppy photo cards. And then I have the teddy bear photo cards, and then the lit photo cards, which I am still missing a couple lit photo cards, which I think are all these right here. Then we move on to the Meow photo cards, which I think I'm just missing quite a bit of photo cards for this. Then we move on to GPT, which I am still missing quite a bit of photo cards for this collection. And I am still missing quite a bit of photo cards for Lover Killer as well. So that is it for their Japan photo cards. And then I have the light stick photo cards. These are just MD and merch, season greetings and stuff. For this next set of photo cards, I don't know when I'm ever gonna get this done because I have stopped buying a lot of photo cards internationally because of customs. I'm trying to minimize that as much as possible. Majority of the photo cards that I have been able to find them from Korean Twitter or from Taobao or Shanyu. They're cheaper there, so I've been able to find a lot of my photo cards, but now that we do have customs, I have stopped buying internationally a lot. The only thing that I'm getting internationally is albums. And that is it. Like I'm no longer buying album photo cards and stuff. So yeah, there has been that small delay as well. So that is it for my STAYC collection. Now we're gonna move on to the next binder and the next collection. So this next binder is possibly my smallest collection, and honestly it wasn't a collection that I wanted to have in a big A4 binder, but it kind of worked like that, and it is my cortis collection. I have not sorted any of my photo cards, so there is a lot of empty spaces because nothing has been sorted. The general market pre-order benefits and the standard album photo card, and then my signed Sunghyun postcard with my Kono postcard as well. So that's literally it. I haven't sorted anything in this binder, but I do have all of these photo cards, and my Ba album just shipped, so that is going to be arriving next week. So I'm going to have this collection complete for their debut album. I just haven't sorted anything. One of the reasons why I didn't want them in a big binder was because I knew this collection was not going to look good in a huge binder, but this postcard took me by surprise. I was not expecting it to be this big that it does not fit in an A5 binder. At least none of the binders that I use. Also, these binders that I have been showing, these are from Walmart. They are from the brand Exceed. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I have only seen these binders whenever they release the school supplies. But yeah, we're gonna move on to the next binder. Okay, so this next binder is my Kpop collection. This is one of my biggest binders as well. And that is simply because I am an OT9 collector for Kpop. Was an OT9 collector. I am now an OT7 collector. So this is all of their OT9 photo cards. I am still missing quite a couple of photo cards for them, but honestly, considering how much I have gotten done, it is not that many photo cards that I'm actually missing. I also did sometimes collect their M-Wave pre-order benefit since I used to host group orders for Kpop when they did the signed albums on M-Wave, so I just was able to have the entire set to myself, and that made it a lot more easier as well. Okay, and that is it for my Kpop collection. I'm actually going to stop it right here. This is going to be the last page in this binder. I actually have not set up my OT7 collection binder, but as you can see, that collection is going to be in a 7-pocket page. I do have a lot more photo cards, but I just haven't sorted them because I haven't organized or set up my OT7 binder yet. But yeah, this is my OT9 Kpop collection. It is one of my most treasured collections. So that is it for Kpop, and I'm going to move on to the next binder. Okay, we're almost done. After this group, I just have one more group to go over, and that is it. Starting off this binder, I have my TWICE pre-order benefit collection. This is the first press pre-order benefits that are included in that little pack in your albums. This binder is actually set up really different compared to my usual binders. One thing that I wanted in this binder was a spread, which you can see like this. So there's going to be some pages where I'm just looking at the back of the photo cards. So I have all of their POBs completed, except for the newer one, because I did not realize that certain members have the brown pack and then other members have the red pack. So they're different actual photo cards. So I am searching for, I believe the red pack is what I'm missing. And then I would be able to have their first press POBs completed. Okay, and then lastly, because there's obviously 9 members, they fill up the 9-member page. I like to put the group photo cards in their own pages based on the way that I have it organized in the binder. And then I just have some miscellaneous photo cards. One thing that I kind of want to go into is collect the OT9 set for the Candy Bong Z. This was a pre-order benefit. When you pre-ordered, you'd get 1 member. So I'm going to try and collect the remaining 5 members. But that is all I have for this binder. Now we're going to move on to my other TWICE binder, which is my Sana binder. Okay, moving on to the second binder. It is my Sana binder. So it's basically all of just her album photo cards, and those are from the Yes I Am Sana photo book. I thought those photo cards would be a great opener to start off this binder. So I'm not really missing that much photo cards. I think for the older era, I'm just missing that one, although there is going to be like a lot of empty spaces. I actually successfully completed back collecting for her, so I actually have all of the older eras completed with the exception of that Christmas photo card, and then obviously with the exception of the new albums, because I honestly have not been finding trades for TWICE as much. Considering with the new update for Instagram, I don't know if it's like something that was recently added or something, because I did kind of take a break from trading and stuff, but I just found that it's so much harder to find trades now than it was prior to their previous update. Recently in the year, I want to say 2024 or maybe 2025, I decided to start collecting some OT9 sets because TWICE has a lot of album photo cards in their albums, so it's literally enough for me to collect Sana's photo cards and then still collect OT9 photo cards. So there are a couple of OT9 sets, and then I still have to do, actually I think I'm done with that. I just have to work on the Nemo photo cards and then I would be done with those. And then I still have to work on This Is For and The Story Goes On album, which I don't think I actually set up for, so it's definitely going to be here. And lastly, to end the binder, I just have the OT9 light stick photo cards from the, I think this was the Candy Bong Infinity. So that is it for TWICE, and now I'm going to move on to the last couple of binders for the last group. Okay, so this last group is obviously BTS, and they are the first ever group that I actually got into collecting, and one of the reasons why I even started collecting in the first place. Okay, this is the second time I'm filming this binder because originally when I went over and filmed all of my binders, I did not have all of the photo cards in this binder like they're supposed to be because I did not have enough pocket pages. But thankfully, I did already have more on the way, so I have now organized this binder the way that it was originally supposed to be. So I'm now filming this part once again. So this is my BTS photo card binder. So to start off the binder, I have my cover that I made for my Jimin and Jungkook binder, but these Meow Cafe binders do not actually have a sleeve where you can insert a cover on it. So I still wanted to keep this cover because I'm actually really proud of this. I love the way that this one came out. And B is such a special album for me, so I genuinely wanted to keep this cover. So I thought it would be perfect as like an opening. So to start off the binder, I have Jimin and Jungkook solos before the BTS albums. So I'm starting off with Face, and I did downsize this collection because I don't know if you guys remember, but like I had 3 pages or maybe 2 pages full of this exact same layout because that's just how many albums I ended up getting for Face. Like I just had a lot of albums. I hosted for all of the lucky draws as well during that era, so I had a lot of leftover photo cards, and I was like, you know what, instead of just keeping them collecting dust, I'm just gonna put them in my binder. So I had 3 pocket pages of the exact same photo cards. So it was 1, 2, 3, and then it was 1, 2, 3 of this version, and then I think it was like 2 pages of this version. But I decided to downsize because I really do not need all the extra duplicates. I'll probably just end up gifting my extra photo cards for like trades and stuff with my BTS Arirang stuff. Also, BTS announced a new album, which I'm so excited for. I am going to be setting up my binder for that. I'm actually going to be recording that after this one. I'm hosting a group order for all of the lucky draws, and I am also also hosting a group order for the vinyl photo cards as well as the vinyl. Currently, this is what I have available at the moment. So if you guys are interested, definitely check out my Instagram because that is where I post all of my group orders and stuff. And then moving on, I have the random photo cards. So you basically got a set with your album and then you got one of these random photo cards. So this is the layout that I did with those. And then we move on to the face pre-order benefits. So we have all of these. These are the lucky draws, which I have them right there. And then these are like the documentary photo cards, I want to say, as well as, I don't know, did I put a vinyl PC in here? I think I did put a vinyl PC. There may be a vinyl PC, which it's either one of these, but I know these three are from like the documentary and stuff. And then we move on to Muse, in which this is the layout that I have. I haven't decided if I want to put another Weaver's photo card in here or if I want to put the Target exclusive that is literally this exact same version in here just to fill up this empty space. But honestly, it doesn't look that bad with the Muse on it. It kind of like matches the page, obviously. And then here are some pre-order benefits for that. All these empty spaces are photo cards that I'm missing, so I really haven't been up to date with Jimin's. And then here's some lucky draws. I think these are like the Japan fan club lucky draws as well as UMS and stuff. And then we have some more lucky draws right here, and then we move on to Golden. So with Golden, I kind of wanted to keep the same thing with Jimin, in which I have like pages dedicated to photo cards. So for Jungkook, because I think he gave us how many photo cards? Was it like 2 or 3 photo cards in the album? And there's only 4 photo cards to collect. I just decided to do 1 page for all of the photo cards. So these are the standard photo cards. And then we move on to the pre-order benefits, in which I am still missing a couple of pre-order benefits as well. I am excited to say that the EU exclusive and the Barnes & Noble I actually already have on the way. I've been slowly working on this collection, so some spots are getting filled up. We have some more pre-order benefits here, and then these are lucky draws, and these are lucky draws. And these are some more lucky draws, and then we move on to the standard albums, in which I did switch up the layout on a lot of these because I think, what was it? I think it was last year or maybe it was the year before, honestly I can't remember. But I decided to not collect OT7 for BTS. I was literally already done with my collection, so there was no need to like add any other photo cards. But honestly, like it was around proof era where like I got overwhelmed and I just genuinely wasn't happy collecting anymore. I kind of was just collecting it for the completion process, but I wasn't enjoying collecting like I should have been. So I guess to describe the feeling, I was kind of like burnt out in collecting BTS and stuff. So I decided to drop my OT7 collection and solely just collect Jimin and Jungkook, either their solos or the standard album photo cards. And honestly, I found that that literally was like so much better. I was just causing immense unnecessary stress to myself that when I dropped my collection, I literally felt relief off my shoulders. So a lot of my layouts have changed from the previous binders because I no longer have like those big binders just filled with OT7 photo cards. I obviously still love all the members and I probably would have wished to continue collecting, but honestly there was no point if I wasn't having any fun collecting. So yeah, this is like the new layout and this is how my binder is now going to look moving forward. So starting off, I have the ILLIT 2 and then we have the Dark and Wild. I don't know if I want to add a filler here. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I kind of have been thinking of putting them in like some white sleeves, but then I'm also not going to be able to see the back. I haven't decided what to do yet, but I kind of want to get rid of these empty spaces. And then we have the HYYH Part 1, in which these are the photo cards. I am still always going to continue collecting a group photo card. Just because I'm only collecting Jimin and Jungkook standard, I am still going to collect the group photo cards because I just feel like I can have a sense of a little bit of all the members still in my binder. So we have the HYYH Part 2, and then we have the recent press or the reprint of the School Love Affair album. And then there are a couple of OT7 sets that I genuinely could not part ways from. No matter what, I would not be able to separate from these sets. And one of those is the Dope set. So I did still keep the OT7 Dope set. And then here I have Young Forever album. We have the Wings album. And then another OT7 is the You Never Walk Alone album. And then the way that I organized this set, I decided to keep an OT7 set for every era of the Love Yourself series. So we have the first 3 albums and then we have the OT7 set. And it's the same thing here, the first 3 albums and the OT7 set that I kept. the first 3 albums and the OT7 that I kept. There is a lot of empty spaces. Like I said, I do want to do something about them to like cover them, but I still haven't decided what to do. Moving on, we have the BTS World album and then the special edition. Then we have the Persona album, and I did the same pattern with keeping an OT7 set. And then we have Map of the Soul 7, and then we have the B album, in which I think we did get OT7 sets for that, so I kept those. And then these are the B lucky draws for Jimin, and then these are the lucky draws for Jungkook. This is the special like pre-order benefits if you ordered, I want to say it's the essential version. So this is the limited poster, and then this is the postcard. And then we move on to Butter, in which these are the standard photo cards, and these are the pre-order benefits. These are the lucky draws. And then we have the proof photo cards, some more proof photo cards, some more proof photo cards, and then these are the Japan pre-order benefits. These are the lucky draws, and then this is from the collector's edition, which was like that big $300 album, in which there was 2 photo card sets for that, so I decided to keep those. And then that's basically it, because I did not collect the Permission to Dance Live album. Honestly, I wasn't going to collect that because I genuinely did not think about it like a comeback album, considering that we did get the exact same songs. The only difference is that they're obviously sang live, but I did still want to have like a section for this album, so I do already have Jimin and Jungkook's photo cards, and I'm gonna go into collecting the Weverse Global pre-order benefits. And then I don't know if I want to collect anything else, because obviously I kind of want to have majority of this page filled, not just 4 photo cards on it. So I haven't decided what other exclusive to collect to fill up the page. And then here is just gonna be Arirang, in which I haven't set up for that yet. But yeah, this is the first BTS binder. So this is originally how the binder was supposed to look when I filmed the first part, but literally I only had this set up, with the exception of all of these bigger postcards, because I did not have these 3 pocket pages yet. So this was the binder. All of this was not even included in the first recording, so that's why I felt like I needed to refilm this, because now that I organized all of the photo cards and the binder is now up to date like it should be, I am more content with this now. So this is my first BTS binder, and now we're gonna move on to the rest of the video for my second BTS binder. Okay, and this is going to be the last binder that I'm actually going to be showing for them. I do have some other binders, but they contain like the season greetings, DVD, summer package inclusions and stuff like that. But I'm going to be honest, I've been thinking of selling that, so I find it pointless to even go over it, because at the end of the day, like, I'm going to take everything out. I'm going to put it in the original box and the original packaging and everything, and I'm just going to sell it as a whole. So I really don't see no point in going through that binder. So this one is a fan-made binder. This was available for a limited time back in like 2020, I think, or 2019. So I genuinely cannot tell you where it's from, because I forgot who even made it. So in this binder, I just have a couple of miscellaneous photo cards. It's mostly like DVD photo cards and like, I guess, sought out photo cards. That's why I have it in this binder, because I'm not really going into collecting that much, specifically because I was kind of done. As you can see, I am still missing the soap unit, so that is one that I'm going to be trying to find. And then we have some more photo cards here. There was a time, and I'm probably still going to continue doing it. It's not even going to say there was a time. But I decided to fill up the 9 pocket pages, so I would collect Jimin and Jungkook's, and if there was a group, I'd collect the group. But if there wasn't a group, I'd keep that other member that I pulled. So you can see these were my pulls. For this one, I'm missing some members here. I don't know who I want to put in here. I haven't decided yet. And for this one, I have Tae's or Namjoon's, but I want to trade it for Jungkook's. I just really haven't been looking out for trades for them. So I do know that the pricing and stuff for the BTS community has dropped significantly. I'm going to see if I can buy Jungkook's Europe photo card if it has dropped to a reasonable price, because one of my New Year's resolutions is to not overspend on photo cards. And I've been doing a pretty decent job towards the end of 2025, so I want to continue that for the year of 2026. So if it's not to a pricing point that I genuinely like or am willing to pay for the photo card, I'm going to see if I can even trade it. Next, we're going to move on to some more DVD photo cards. And then we have the Memories photo cards, some more Memories photo cards. I am missing Jungkook's 2017 Blu-ray photo card. And then here I have some more photo cards. I think I'm just missing Jimin for this one. And that is the yellow memories. I want to say I have Namjoon in his cowboy hat, but honestly I think I'm confusing it with this one. And that's basically it, because I'm not sure if they released any more memories. I kind of have also, since the members haven't been active as a group, I've only been tuning into their solos occasionally, unless it was like Jimin and Jungkook, because I was physically collecting their albums and stuff. But at the same time, I don't know, I wasn't keeping track of anything that HYBE was releasing for BTS as a whole, considering that there wasn't much they could release and stuff. So I'll have to see if they released anything for memories so I can continue at least collecting the photo cards, but I don't know yet. And then we have the, I want to say these are the concept photo cards, and then these are the photo book photo cards, and then I have one for all of the members as well. And here is continuation of the other members. And then I have some Japan photo cards that I was collecting for Jimin. And I was only collecting Japan photo cards for him because Japan photo cards are expensive. Similar as to TWICE, their Misamo photo cards were expensive. The same thing for Jimin. I'm missing the Wake Up photo card, and I think that would be up to date with their Japan releases. And then here I have an OT7 Japan photo card set, another OT7 set, and then this is the final set for Jimin. So this one is like Japan and miscellaneous photo cards. This is kind of what that binder is. And with this being the end of the binder, that is actually the end of this video. It was definitely a lot. I actually had to take a pause mid-recording because it just got to the point where it's a lot of talking. If you have any questions regarding anything in my collection or any supplies or anything, feel free to leave it in the comments. I'll definitely try to answer it to the best of my ability. And yeah, I hope that every single one of you has an amazing day, and I hope that moving forward in the year, you all have an amazing year as well, and we can continue our collecting journey together.
So I'ma let the sun cry.